The Floriani software has a tool up at the top workspace called Nap Control. And this is something that's used when you're going to embroider on anything with a very sort of porous or thick workspace like fleece or corduroy or a very open mesh bag. What it'll do is it'll create a layer of embroidery mesh as the background for your shape. And so, for example, if I select that word Floriani, I can come up to the top and add nap control. And when I turn on nap control, the main question is how far around the embroidery do you want to go, set for 0.1 of an inch. You can put that as small as 0 or as far around it as you want to. Is it stitches or an embroidery design? So if you're just working from actual sort of design you purchased, you can choose stitches. And do you want to have an extra run stitch that goes around the nap control? That would be another option. But basically, when you click OK, you'll see that it takes and it creates a layer of mesh. And that mesh will sew before the lettering. So it becomes kind of something that you would layer underneath the thread. So if you were sewing on a towel or on a fleece jacket, you could sew that mesh in the same color as the towel, so it was very unnoticeable, but it really gives your embroidery something to sit up on top of, so that it doesn't really sink in. And yes, you still use a topper, absolutely, but now look at the nice shape you have to tear your topper against. It becomes much easier to use the topper, but the topper becomes the barrier between the embroidery and the towel or the fleece, and then the nap control sews on top of the topper, and then the lettering sews on top of the nap control. And you can use a contrasting color, as I have in here, like a design element, but a lot of times what we'll do is sew that in the same color as the embroidery. And so this works not just for text but for embroidery designs. You can select your embroidery design and then simply click on the nap control tool, and the program will create that layer of mesh to support the embroidery design. And so that is how you find your nap control tool on the top of your workspace.